CIS Origins is all new CBS next Monday, 10/9 Central.
New Survivor, Wednesday at 8/7 Central on CBS.
Tensions in the Ukraine-Russia war have only gone higher since Biden authorized the use of U.S. missiles. We'll have the latest tonight at 11:10 Central. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, President-elect Trump is threatening large tariffs on both Mexico and Canada as he sees several of his criminal charges dropped. We'll have the latest. Plus, we head to Detroit, where DTW Airport is in the midst of their busiest week of the year. We'll go over what they expect as we inch closer to Thanksgiving. And we have more details on the Room at the Inn's new family homeless shelter opening soon. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
This is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Cold conditions expected for the Marquette area as we head on toward Tuesday. Some snow showers will gradually diminish later on, and it will be hard-pressed to get above 30 for the day with a very cold wind. Chill factors could get down to the teens at times, especially along the Wisconsin border. Temperatures not getting out of the mid to upper 20s with mostly cloudy skies and maybe a few flurries from time to time. Forecast into the holiday and the holiday weekend coming up later in the show. Kevin?
Tom, thank you very much. And starting overseas tonight, negotiations for a ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon are nearing the finish line. That's according to U.S. officials. But the fighting rages on, with Israel launching airstrikes across Lebanon today. Deborah Pata is in Tel Aviv tonight.
A ceasefire may be close, but it is not a done deal yet, even as diplomats pushed for peace. Rockets flew on both sides of the border, with Israel and Hezbollah trading some of its heaviest fire yet. This residential building, one of many taken down as deadly Israeli strikes across Lebanon killed more than 80 people over the weekend. But Israel also felt Hezbollah's wrath. This is the moment a rocket smashed into the roof of a building in northern Israel, as the Iranian-backed group fired a barrage of rockets, setting several buildings alight near Tel Aviv and injuring 4 people. Away from the battlefield, there is significant progress towards a deal, but it still needs to be ratified by the Israeli cabinet. It would see Israeli troops withdraw from Lebanon and Hezbollah pushed all the way back here, north of the Litani River, with Lebanese troops and UN peacekeepers patrolling the area.
I think for us it's important what will happen after, that Hezbollah will not be allowed to come back to the fence.
After more than a year, everyone wants this war to end. There are more than 1.2 million people displaced in Lebanon and over 60,000 here in northern Israel. They are all waiting to go home.
Now to America. President-elect Donald Trump is threatening to impose sweeping new tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and China as soon as he takes office as part of his efforts to crack down on illegal immigration and drugs. He posted that plan on social media hours after the Justice Department announced it was seeking the dismissal of 2 federal criminal cases against Trump. Christiane Benavidez reports from West Palm Beach, Florida.
Less than 2 months until Inauguration Day, Special Counsel Jack Smith moved to dismiss 2 criminal cases against President-elect Donald Trump. Trump was accused of trying to overturn the 2020 election and illegally retaining classified documents after his first administration ended. In a 6-page filing, Smith acknowledged the Justice Department and Constitution forbid the prosecution of a sitting president, but he noted that prohibition is categorical and does not turn on the gravity of the crimes charged, the strength of the government's proof, or the merits of the prosecution, which the government stands fully behind.
Jack Smith is saying even the idea, as we've quickly read this filing, even the idea that this could be hanging over the president's head for the entirety of his administration, that's the type of burden that we want to guard against.
In a social media post, Trump wrote, quote, These cases, like all of the other cases I have been forced to go through, are empty and lawless and should never have been brought. After the announcement, a U.S. district judge granted prosecutors' request to dismiss the election interference case. A decision in the documents case was still pending.
These prosecutions, from Jack Smith's perspective, are ending with a whimper, not a bang. And I'm sure it's a very, very personally disappointing day for Jack Smith. I suspect that if he had to do it over again, he probably wishes he had been given this mandate earlier on.
Attorney General Merrick Garland appointed Smith as special counsel in 2022 after Trump announced his third run for the White House. Trump has been threatening to fire Smith as soon as he takes office in January. Cristian Benavides.
2 other criminal cases against President-elect Trump remain in legal limbo: his election interference case in Georgia and the so-called hush money case in New York. Michigan House Republicans have introduced new road funding bills that they're hoping to pass before the end of the year. The bills lay out a plan to dedicate $2.7 billion to fix Michigan's local roads and bridges. It would redirect funds from corporate income tax and gas taxes and use education funding that is set to expire. Speaker-elect Representative Matt Hall introduced the plan last week, saying House GOP wants to make it a lame duck priority.
We're open to negotiations with Democrats. I mean, we're going to need Democrats to get this plan done. I'm hopeful they'll embrace our plan. And, you know, their criticism sharpens it and makes it better. And we could come up with something really good for the people of Michigan.
We have more information about House Republicans' plans on our website and mobile news app. DTW Airport in Detroit is entering its busiest time of the year, so they're passing along tips to holiday travelers so they can avoid delays getting through the airport. Jack Springate is at DTW to tell you some of the TSA's top pieces of advice for those flying this Thanksgiving.
I'm going to go through the self-serve line over here.
Our highest wait time during this time last year was 25 minutes for standard and 8 minutes for pre-check.
Those minutes could be the difference between making and missing your Thanksgiving flight. TSA suggests giving yourself more time at the airport instead of more time at home during the country's busiest travel period.
For domestic flights, we recommend that you arrive 2 hours early. For international flights, 3 hours early.
Every second counts, especially when traveling with children. A Canadian family told me their approach, especially when dealing with international borders.
Coming from Canada, we come the night before. That way we don't have any issues at the border, and we're here in plenty of time. My husband and I kind of delegate. He does a lot of all the tickets and the passports and things like that, make sure that he has all that situated, and then I take care of all the packing and the clothes and the snacks and all that kind of stuff.
Traveling solo can make things less complicated, but one passenger still tells me that didn't stop her from using technology to stay ahead.
I check in on the Delta app. When I come here, I do my own luggage tags, try to fly solo if at all possible. Gotta go see Mickey. And I just try to get here, you know, like 2 hours in advance to make sure I'm ready for the flight.
Real DTW pro tip if you're feeling pressed for time after arriving to the airport. If you're flying out of the McNamara terminal and the security lines seem long, try entering by the Westin entrance all the way at the end of departure drop-offs. The hotel has a security checkpoint and you don't need to actually stay in the hotel to pass through it. This little-known hotel entrance could save you a few minutes. November is Homelessness Awareness Month, and with the holidays right around the corner, the Room at the Inn Homeless Shelter in Marquette is opening another shelter just for families with children. Our John Truitt spoke to the director of Room at the Inn about this new service.
The amount of families in the UP experiencing homelessness is growing at an alarming rate. Until now, there hasn't been a homeless shelter in Marquette County just for families. In response, Room at the Inn is about to open such a place. Executive Director Chelsea Wilkinson says the need is out there.
Over the last year and a half or so, have seen a really alarming increase in families who are not fleeing domestic violence who are experiencing homelessness. And unfortunately, the closest family shelter to here is in Menominee. You've got single parent households that, or even 2-parent households that just really can't afford rent anymore. And so we want to make sure that there is a safety net for those families.
It's no secret that Marquette County is experiencing a housing crisis. Inventory is low and rents are high. And with so little costing so much, Wilkinson says it affects the poor to a greater degree.
We're seeing, people who are, working class families paying, 50, 60, 70% of their take-home pay just on housing.
This new family shelter requires some additional protocols because kids are involved.
Background checks on anybody over 18 in this new family shelter, and ensuring that the safety in that unit and the privacy for those folks is paramount.
Wilkinson says clients are only expected to stay for 90 days, so it's not a permanent solution. The key is getting homeless families off the street and into a safe place where they can start planning a future.
That's a huge step in the right direction, and we're really, really proud of that.
In Marquette, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
The new 2-bedroom, 1-bath family shelter will accommodate 2 families for approximately 90 days each. For more information, visit our website, WZMQ19.com. Tom DeVecchio has your first morning weather forecast when we come back. Plus, the UN Climate Conference concludes over the weekend. And it's not one of my favorites, but many are looking forward to their cranberry sauce this Thursday. We'll see what goes into processing this U.S. native fruit. We're back after this.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy pre-owned vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Tonight, Colbert's got Sexiest Man Alive, John Krasinski.
A lot of responsibility being the sexiest man alive. Is it? I don't know.
The Late Show, CBS tonight.
Your wallet is always in danger. Criminals can hack your information without you even knowing. Introducing Slim Mint, an ultra-thin RFID blocking wallet that keeps your cards and cash protected. Slim Mint uses the latest RFID blocking technology to prevent thieves from stealing your info. It's ergonomically designed to optimize space and keep your belongings organized. With the auto-locking Slim Mint, your cards and money stay securely in place. It has a built-in cash clip and a flexible outer band to fit your additional cards and cash. Call or click now and get Slim Mint for just $29.99. Order in the next 5 minutes and you'll get an instant $10 discount. So it's only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get Slim Mint at this low price. There's a strict limit of 3 Slim Mint wallets while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-653-7551. Call or visit slimmintwallet.com. So call 1-800-653-7551. Order now.
Hey everybody, Jerry O'Connell here. You know what? Let's play some Pictionary. Can you guess what this is? That's right. Weekdays, 9 a.m. only on CBS WZMQ. I'm not supposed to write letters, but don't miss it.
Pictionary, weekdays at 9 a.m. on WZMQ CBS.
Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
Snow showers will continue for tonight with that winter-like conditions here. Watch for some slippery areas on the roadways with the cold temps and the snow, but it will diminish toward daybreak. The week itself, very cold. Weather looking okay travel-wise Tuesday into Wednesday, and even Thanksgiving not too bad. Post-Thanksgiving could be a different story. For the kids, it's cold. Bundle them up. We're going to have a cold wind that could gust up to 25 miles an hour at times. Chance of a few light snow showers. Temperatures near 30. Chill factors will stay in the 20s. Hat, coat, and gloves, definitely want them on for the kids as they go to school. So through the rest of Tuesday here, you can see a couple of isolated lighter bands of snow showers. Some of you may get a coating, perhaps locally up to an inch, but the vast majority of you won't see much in the way of accumulation here as we head on through Wednesday. While the winds, again, staying pretty steady, 17 with gusts up to 25 miles an hour as we head on toward Tuesday. Futurecast into Wednesday, as we did last Friday. We'll go day by day here through Thanksgiving. Looking good overall, maybe a few light flakes farther toward the east. And then as we head toward Thanksgiving Day, a little lake effect could kick in east of Marquette towards Sault Ste. Marie, a little mix as well. Not expecting much in the way of accumulation for Thanksgiving. Things do change on Friday. Some bands of lake effect will kick in as that colder air gets more entrenched, along with some some maybe heavier bands as well. We'll be watching the forecast for Friday as that trend will continue through the weekend of some very cold air and some locally heavier bands of snow. Wednesday, of course, huge travel day. We'll show this map again tomorrow, but overall, the grand scheme of things, not too bad. Ohio Valley into the mid-Mississippi Valley could be a bit wet, maybe some snow showers. Northeast looks kind of wet. Atlanta expecting some showers here. No major storms expected, though, traveling by air on Wednesday. And into Thanksgiving, it doesn't look too bad as well. Thanksgiving here locally for the Upper Peninsula, cold temperatures, mostly cloudy, may get a little light snow here and there, not expecting much in the way of any significant accumulations. Temperatures upper 20s to the mid 30s. So snow showers around for tonight, gradually tapering off and cold across the Upper Peninsula. Into tomorrow, some of you may not get out of the 20s, especially along the Wisconsin border here. Some light snow and flurries here and there, but additional accumulations will stay less than an inch. Wash some slick roads in the morning. Thanksgiving, chance of a few flurries, good chance of some snow bands though for Friday, and that trend will continue as we head into the upcoming weekend.
Tom, thank you. The United Nations Climate Conference ended over the weekend with richer countries promising to raise their funding to record levels to help poorer countries fight climate change. But the deal isn't going down well with developing nations, as Tina Kraus reports.
Climate negotiators struck a record deal Sunday with wealthy nations pledging $300 billion a year by 2035 to help developing nations cope with the impacts of climate change.
This new finance goal is an insurance policy for humanity amid worsening climate impacts hitting every country.
The money will help poorer countries wean themselves off coal, oil, and gas, pay for damage caused by extreme weather, and adapt to future climate warming. But low-income nations are slamming the agreement as too little too late, arguing they're footing the bill for the costs of climate change, even though they did little to cause it.
This is an insult.
India opposes the adoption of this document.
The 2 weeks of talks in Azerbaijan involving nearly 200 nations were often bitter.
Comments, anyone?
With dozens of angry delegates temporarily storming out.
No country got everything they wanted, and we leave Baku with a mountain of work to do.
President Biden called the cash commitment a historic outcome and said nobody can reverse the clean energy revolution that's underway in the U.S. and around the world. President-elect Donald Trump has called climate change a hoax and says when he takes office, he will once again pull the U.S. out of the Paris Agreement, a global treaty to reduce planet-warming emissions.
The $300 billion commitment from wealthy nations is 3 times the amount pledged in a deal 15 years ago, but it's not nearly the $1.3 trillion developing countries had pushed for. High temperatures and historic drought are impacting the cranberry crop this year and the farmers who grow in all-American fruit. The Thanksgiving staple is a way of life for one farming family that showed Bradley Blackburn what goes into the fall harvest.
For the Lee family of New Jersey, when cranberries are ready for harvest, everybody dives in. Family members, neighbors, even reporters, donning waders and getting to work.
We use this edge board to push the berries gently towards a suction box.
Jennifer Lee's been at it since age 5.
Just the fact that we're all here together.
It connects you to your roots.
Absolutely, literally.
The vines are kind of our children, for lack of better terms.
The family started growing vines in the 1860s when Patriarch Stephen Lee's great-great-grandfather bought the land.
We all feel like we have a connection to the land, and that makes it hard because you can't just walk away from it. It's home.
His grandson Andrew is part of the 7th generation.
Just think about the work that everybody else put in so you could be in the spot that you are now, and it gives me goosebumps.
The Lee Brothers Farm is now part of the Ocean Spray Collective with some 700 growers. Cranberry production nationwide is expected to be up 2%. but fresh cranberries will cost you about 16% more. Farmers have faced plenty of challenges this year, from drought and wildfires to growing costs.
Our ingredient costs are up. Sweetener is expensive. Transportation is more expensive.
So it's pinched you.
It's pinched us.
Most of the year, the bog isn't flooded, but every fall they loosen the ripe fruit, then fill it up and let the cranberries help with the harvest.
When you pop it open, there are 4 air pocket chambers, so they float so we can harvest by water.
These berries are processed into craisins or juice, but the Lees like reminding people where it all begins.
I actually think they're sweeter from the bog.
They are refreshing, is what I like to call them.
They are refreshing.
A taste that may be on your holiday table thanks to a family tradition that runs deep.
New Jersey is one of the 4 top cranberry producing states, along with Wisconsin, Massachusetts, and Oregon. And some Thanksgiving trivia for you. Cranberries are one of 3 fruits native to North America, including blueberries and Concord grapes. Still to come on your 19 News, the Escanaba City Band prepares for a performance at Bay College in an effort to raise money for charitable organizations. We'll be right back.
Optimize your home during Kirkish Furniture's Black November sale. This GE stainless steel refrigerator now $1,399. Bosch stainless steel built-in dishwasher just $584. 12-month no-interest financing and free local delivery. All month long at Kirkish Furniture.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. 3, 2. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget, It's men's night at Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette. Join me for fun, food, music, prizes, and more. This year's grand prize is the ultimate outdoor package, with prizes for Marquette Golf Club and the Marquette Sports Rack. Join me Friday, December 13th from 5 to 8 p.m. Whether it's your first time or 20th time, come be part of the men's night tradition at Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette.
Richardson Jewelers. Why should you consider re-siding your home? Your home is the largest investment you'll make. Protect it with new siding installed by the experts at the Window Store. We offer a range of affordable, high-quality siding options, including premium ABC seamless steel siding with attractive financing options available. And we install all winter long across the entire UP. Schedule your appointment today and enjoy the Window Store experience for yourself. Your clear choice is the Window Store.
Who'll be there when amazing rises up? Or need for a warning comes falling down? Will you start a career in the broadcasting industry? Be there. Go to BeThereMichigan.com.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanksgiving is just a few days away, and that means office potlucks and holiday gatherings are back in full swing. While potlucks can bring people together, sometimes they come with their own set of pitfalls. Amy Kawada shares what you might want to look out for before diving into that shared spread.
For many, potlucks are a staple of the holiday season.
Well, I love to eat, so I'm easy to please, so no, I've never been wary of potlucks.
But experts like Dr. Catherine Schlaffer with the University of Maryland Medical Center warn without taking proper precautions, they can quickly go from joyful to dangerous.
I love a good potluck. But I think aside from proper handling and proper prep, time and temperature management are kind of your 2 biggest pitfalls and things to be aware of.
And it's something Jamil Garrison treads very lightly on.
No, I usually don't go to potlucks. I don't trust everybody's cooking, so it's just my thing.
From foodborne illnesses to unexpected allergens, your holiday plate might carry more than just a side of green bean casserole.
Food shouldn't really be left out for more than 2 hours. That's when you're hitting that critical mass tipping point. in terms of the ability for bacteria to proliferate and get us sick.
So to minimize any risk, the best advice to keep in mind is simple. Keep hot foods hot and cold foods cold.
Try to avoid what's referred to as the danger zone, anywhere between 40 degrees to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, according to the CDC.
Another potential hazard, cross-contamination.
Dedicated utensils are going to be really important for serving.
And experts say if you're eating those holiday favorites the next day, make sure you reheat all leftovers to 165 degrees and use a food thermometer to make sure.
The USDA recommends using cooked leftovers within 3 to 4 days. This Friday, the Gladstone DDA is kicking off the holidays with its annual old-fashioned Christmas celebration. The evening starts with a tree lighting at 5:30. Then until 8, more than 20 businesses and organizations will host family-friendly activities like cookie decorating, ornament painting, wagon rides, and a chance to meet the one and only Santa Claus. Attendees can also start their Black Friday shopping while supporting small businesses.
So many people have so many nostalgic memories of growing up in Gladstone, and our old-fashioned Christmas really brings that childhood magic back to life. It's really fun for all of the people that left Gladstone to come home and have that opportunity to celebrate as a family again.
Gladstone's Electric Department and WPPI Energy are also hosting a holiday decorating contest this December, and you can visit WZMQ19.com to register. Next week, the Escanaba City Band and Bay College are teaming up for a night of charity and holiday spirit. On Giving Tuesday, the band will perform a free concert of Christmas classics in the Bessie Theater. In place of admission, guests are asked to bring a donation for one of several local organizations, including the Salvation Army, Warm Coats for Warm Hearts, and the Bay College Food Pantry. Bay and the City Band are excited to welcome the community for a third year of helping those in need.
At first year we thought, well, this would be cool to really, do something in conjunction with Bay College, and it worked so well the first time. We thought, let's just keep doing it. It's a good tradition to start. It's just fun every year after summer's over and we get a little break, just to get back together and play some Christmas music for the holidays.
Nonprofits will begin accepting donations at 6:30 p.m. and the band will perform at 7. This past weekend was a huge hit at the box office. The new movie version of Wicked was released, as was the Hollywood action sequel Gladiator 2. Together, they've raked in $384 million in ticket sales. This was the biggest pre-Thanksgiving weekend opening since COVID. The two movies have earned the nickname Glicked. Would just think of last year's Barbenheimer. Vlad Duthier reports.
It was a weekend of flight or fight. While Gladiator 2 earned $55 million at the box office domestically,
let me tell you the whole story.
Wicked soared with $114 million. The first of a two-part adaptation starring Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo broke the record for the best opening weekend for a movie based on a musical ever.
There are victories yet still to come.
Meanwhile, the long-anticipated Gladiator sequel starring Pedro Pascal and Denzel Washington is set to be the biggest opening in Washington's illustrious career.
You will be my instrument.
I will never be your instrument in this life or the next.
As Glicked took over theaters, audiences were divided.
Going to see Wicked!
Nearly 75% of the Wicked audiences were female.
I'm more excited for Wicked.
Yeah, and I was more excited for Wicked.
Rebecca Keegan is the senior film editor for The Hollywood Reporter.
What we find is that movie studios are now looking at these as complementary releases. They're not going up against each other, but they're seeing that releasing them together lifts the weekend box office for everybody.
Listen to me. You can do anything.
And we'll have a final look at weather for you after this.
Are you looking for a trustworthy publishing company to publish your book?
Covenant Books is an author-friendly publisher who shares your passion and beliefs. Call us today and we'll send you a free author packet to help get you started. We provide a full range of publishing services.
Covenant sells your book and ebook online and in bookstores everywhere. Our authors love us. Just look.
Be like these authors and get your book published today.
To get your free writer's guide, call now
1-800-215-6164.
For most people, their second biggest purchase is their vehicle.
It matters what you buy and who you buy it from.
Selection matters.
Riverside has 7 dealerships and 10 different brands.
Certified matters. Shop our huge inventory of certified vehicles at riversidehasIt.com. Trade-in values matter. Riverside gives you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us.
Selection, quality, and price. What matters to you matters to us at Riverside Auto Group.
Get your popcorn and your drinks ready.
I get down to business with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Now I get to see what everybody says about me.
Ooh, the tea is hot.
Not everybody's single.
How's she gonna tell my business like this?
Plus, Marvin Sapp sings us down.
Never would have made it.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Realistic.
I will maybe have a tendency to spend too much and won't be able to pay your rent. That's the problem.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Powerful.
I don't know where you've been, but you're going to respect this courtroom. I'm going to throw you out real quick.
Mathis Court is in session.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
For the balance of tonight, snow showers will be around, additional accumulations of an inch or two in some spots. Temperatures on the cold side. Watch some slippery roads with these cold temperatures, especially along Iron River, Ironwood, where temperatures, some of you may drop into the teens. Will stay closer to 30 near the lakeshore here from Marquette and along the northern shores of Lake Superior. Can't rule out some light snow and flurries, a few bands at times for Tuesday on that northwest flow. Maybe an inch or so, particularly east of Marquette. We get a little better fetch off Lake Superior there. But most of you won't get that much. Temperatures upper 20s to lower 30s. Bundle up. Chilled temperatures will be in the teens and 20s. Thanksgiving itself looking pretty decent for your travels. Snow bands come in on Friday. May get a break Saturday, and then more snow showers into Sunday and Monday. Could be some decent amounts. We'll certainly watch for that as we head on through the post-Thanksgiving weekend. Kevin, back to you.
Tom, thank you very much, and that's all the time we have for right now, folks. But guess what? We'll see you tomorrow.
"19 News" is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Are you on Medicaid and in need of bladder control and incontinence products? Then stay tuned for a free offer from Active Style.
Can Medicaid help me with bladder control?